What's up, guys? City Bapple here, back for another stream of Pioneer League Season 2, 2024 Top 8. This time, Craig is going to be using another deck since he has double entries for this season. And he's going up against Raymond, which will be bringing up the tables right away. I don't know why my face was lagging, but let's get it on. So, Craig getting into first seed with Zet Phoenix is a very, very comfortable position right now. Although, there is what we call the curse of the first seed, which is you never win when you're first seed. But of course, that's not always the case. Sometimes the player can really have that momentum going into a tournament and win the whole thing without losing a match. But right now he's going up against Raymond, which is one of our rising stars here at Top Deck Games, running Boros Convoke. So very exciting. Gonna have some fun matches for the next hour. So very happy to have you guys as well, our viewers. And if you would be so kind, would leave a like and a share and a comment as well. I would like to interact with you guys, what you guys think about the match going forward. All right, so see if they got the message. The players are just waiting for the signal to start off. There we go. So Boros Convoke, very interesting deck because it made a lot of waves in the standard format, and it's way more consistent in the Pioneer and the Modern format. So, and I love how Raymond is getting comfortable with the deck so far, but we'll see how he's gonna deal with, the master of mid-range, Mr. Craig Garces, who we've seen so far with Rakdos Vampires, proved to be a very powerful deck. But he says he enjoys Phoenix more so than your Rakdos Vampires. So we're seeing a mulligan. This is becoming a norm for the past couple of hours, with the opposite side always mulliganing, and then Craig just opting to keeping his Seven cards. I did see one land only from Craig's end, so which means he'll definitely be aggressive with his first two turns and finding that second and third land. Raymond needs to get the nuts. I think that's the nuts. That's a one drop though, or rather a one land. So we might be bottoming a. Oh no, it's mulliganing. Oh, looks like he doesn't like it. This is not a good sign for Raymond. Going down to five, that's pretty rough. Although you get that free draw on the next turn, it's very crucial that you need to find the key cards for this deck. Hoping to go off on turn two. I think that fastest would be turn two. All right, we see a demolition, a bunch of lands, and a one drop. The good thing about Pioneer is that they have access to Thraben Inspector, which makes the deck way more consistent. Right, starts up with Sleight of Hand. Gets the second land. It's gonna pass the turn. Land drop into Thraben Inspector. So this is a very crucial turn for Craig to deal with the one drop. So in order for Raymond not to go off with a convoke spell next turn, so let's see if he. So it looks like he's choosing not to. I think he's very confident in taking care of the business. All right, case is actually pretty good. We'll be able to deal with the Ledger Shredder next turn. But it's time for the nuts. Lethal Demolition bringing in 3 Phyrexian Goblins. And there is the Knight Errants. Good thing about having Ledger Shredder is the Connive triggers also on opponent casting 2 spells. So this could be pretty good for Craig to try to fix his hand, hoping to find a Phoenix. Looks like he didn't. He does have Treasure Cruise, but I'm not sure if it's necessary for this turn or if he just wants to sandbag it for the next couple of turns. He does want to keep the 4th land for that second red source. Looks like he's opting to throw the Lightning Axe. Right, here we go. Knight Errant with a Convoke gets to pick 2 creature cards off the top 6. And he gets to shuffle. Not a bad turn. We get a 4/4. It's definitely gonna get dealt with the Knight Errant. I think the problem with Craig's hand right now is that may not have extra cantrips to chain off with Arclight Phoenix. Or rather, the Ledger Shredder. See how he's gonna play this turn out. Definitely not gonna use the Prismatic Command as of this time. He could opt to discard it. I think it's one of the weaker cards because the turn for Gleeful Demolition is over, so it's gonna be hard for him to hold up for that kind of play. Right, so just gonna pass the turn. It's another Venerated Loxodon. Yep, so I think the play here is a case. I don't know. Maybe you're just not worried about Spell Pierce, but he definitely needs to take care of the Shredder. So a counterplay for Craig would be to connive. Yes, you are correct. We have two decks of Craig going into the top eights, which is why he's playing twice right now. Not surprising because it's a pretty good player. And he's also playing two of the best decks in the format right now. The main reason for this is basically this was supposed to be the preparation for our regional championships upcoming for Manila. Unfortunately, they suddenly announced that it was going to be modern. I think we have 22 signed up for this league. So, well, 21 considering Craig signed up 2 decks. So he went for Prismari Command. Is it? Oh, he's not. He's not playing yet. Definitely. This is definitely one of Craig's trademarks. Going into the think tank. Curious why he would consider going for Prismari Command when it doesn't do anything. You could just take out one token, or maybe the Thraben Inspector, but it's still gonna kill the Letter Shredder. So his best case would be to go consider and Lightning Axe. And he's going to start off with that. Yep, there's the first spell. So we're gonna surveil, trying to see if he wants to keep the top. He could draw it. Definitely not a Phoenix because he's not bidding it yet. Torch the Fire. Okay. Gets a Galvanic Iteration, so he can discard that. Definitely want to probably discard. So this is where I can see why Craig is taking his time for this turn because he's spending a lot of resource just to counter this play of the case entering the battlefield and taking out Shredder. So he's definitely forced to remove his 4th land and then connive, hoping for a Phoenix. No, it's a Picklock Prankster. It's actually good. That's a good draw. So that's gonna survive. And that's gonna kill. And now it only deals 4. and the Shredder's gonna survive from the case. No other way to play around it. There's the Warden, and he's probably gonna go for another Convoke, and Shredder's gonna trigger again. Yep, there you go. Here's the reminder. Is he gonna be a Phoenix? It's definitely his best bet. Nope. It's a fourth land, but it's Spirebluff Canal. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for watching. This is our Pioneer in-house league for Top Deck games in Magic the Gathering. We have Izzet Phoenix and Boros Convoke for our decks in the featured match. This is the quarterfinals. Winner goes to the semifinals. Get a shot at extra prize and bragging rights for our season 2 winner. There's a Spell Pierce. Not looking good in this game so far. I would say Raymond is quite ahead on the board right now. Oh, but this is gonna be disgusting. Oh my god. There's the first Treasure Cruise resolving. Not sure why he didn't opt for Galvanic Iteration. Oh yeah, it's because he didn't have a fourth land. So he's gonna delve and draw 3 cards. No sign of a Phoenix, but he has another Lightning Axe, which is pretty good because now he can deal with the venerated Loxodon. I can definitely go for Picklock Prankster here, and then hope for Phoenix to bin, and then he can play the fourth land to play Lightning Axe. Yep, I think that's the play he's gonna go for. It's just making himself comfortable. There you go. There is the Free to Fey. It's going to trigger the Connive. No sign of a Phoenix just yet. Sometimes the deck does this, so you have to be very patient with how you're going to sequence your turns as well. Because sometimes the 4 Phoenixes in your deck are probably at the end of the deck, like at the end of your library. And just like that, yep, he could show the Lightning Axe. Or he could get another Picklock Prankster, which is not too bad. And try to dig even further. Is contemplating whether he want the second axe. Definitely the Prankster is the better pick there. It's gonna hold up the Lightning Axe for next turn. Probably not gonna fire it now. There's no reason to. It's gonna pass the turn. Raymond though needs to find a way to go off. Maybe an Imodane's Recruiter, nothing? So the case is yet to be solved, so he's looking to attack right now. just with everything. Best bet would to block the Warden and then go for the Lightning Axe on the Loxodon. Oh no. So this is before blockers. Taking out the Spell Pierce. And it's looking to block the Warden. Take it out. Take 6, 7, 8. That's still decent damage. Going down to 12. And it's going to activate the, or rather solve the case of the Gateway Express. Not even opting to play the creature in his hand. Maybe he just wants to draw. Not even getting the Giganta. But Craig is getting close to stabilizing right now. As Raymond is already at 4 creatures left on the battlefield. He can opt to play Picklock Prankster as a creature and then play Fiery Impulse. But I think he's going to start off with Consider. Maybe he's trying to go off this turn with the Phoenix. He's feeling a little bit of the pressure. Alright, starts off with first spell. First non-creature spell. Bins a land. Gets another land. And at this point, I think he's already halfway of the deck. And there's still no sign of Arclight Phoenix. So Raymond is actually pretty lucky. He's just a little bit short on his end. With the gas. Because getting the 4th land drop is not a good sign for Convoke decks. You really want to get your spells off. Right, so Fiery Impulse. He's gonna try to take out the Thraben Inspector. Can we get Phoenix? No, but there's another Fiery Impulse, which is pretty good as well. Alright, Craig is just taking his time, see if he wants to pump the Ledger Shredder. Alright, now Shredder is now 4/6. And it's going to take out the Spectre. Down to 3 creatures. It's just going to pass the turn. No rush here. And I'm going to hold up Free to Fey as well as Fiery Impulse. He'll probably want to do it next turn. Back on his turn. Okay, goes for Resolute Reinforcement. I think this is on the main phase. So I was looking to go for another Convoke spell. No. The Novice Inspector. Looks like Craig forgot the Connive Trigger. As that was the second spell. There's the Free to Fey. And still zero Arclight Phoenix. Quite unfortunate. Hoping to get that one next turn. With the Connive, nothing. At this point, he's probably hoping for another Treasure Cruise. Try to gain a little bit more spells. Alright, there it is. Finally. But Craig is now in an awkward position where he doesn't have a lot of spells left. So I think double Picklock Prankster would do the trick. Just to buy some time and bin the Arclight Phoenix so he can chain off next turn. Yeah. He needs to block these creatures. Oh, he's gonna hard cast it. Oh no, okay. So that's a second. He's gonna connive and bin the Arclight Phoenix. I don't think he's. I mean, he could just play the land and can hold up Hall of Storm Giants. So they can start attacking in the next couple of turns. Yep. I think that's what he's gonna do. I forgot to put a counter. So now Shredder is 5/7. So there's probably no chance of Raymond taking that big bird out. He would need a Gleeful Demolition into... Oh, that was a Convoke spell. Alright, nice. Just gonna make these creatures bigger. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So Raymond's still fighting, and this isn't bad considering it's a Molda 5. I was able to chain a bunch of Convoke spells. But Craig is still very comfortable with the situation right now where he just has a bunch of blockers. He's got a big Ledger Shredder right now. And he's hoping to turn the tide around. Oh, and there's the Brazen Borrower, which is good. But he would have hoped for a Treasure Cruise, which I believe he might be doing it now. Oh, starts off with the bounce. It's not too bad. And Raymond has to be very careful with the Ledger Shredder because it's getting really big. This turn could go 6-8. Even on his turn, probably could go 7-9. Alright, bounces the token. And he's looking to get a Phoenix. Nope. Goes for an island. And Op resolves. It draws it right away. Alright, looks like it's a Treasure Cruise. I'm guessing. Looking to go off. Oh, it's 2 mana. What? What is he trying to do? He needs a third spell so that he can definitely bring back the Arclight Phoenix. Even though it's just one creature would definitely matter because that's like an extra blocker for Craig to try to stabilize and just buy enough time. Yep, it is Treasure Cruise. Definitely took him long enough. Third spell activated. There's a third cruise, and there's also a Phoenix as well. You can definitely go off with Frida Faye and just try to dig more Phoenixes. Alright, it goes for the second cruise. I think he's looking for a removal at this point. And going to combat, Phoenix comes back. Drew 6 cards off the top, maybe 7 or 8. And it's just looking to block. There's the rest of the Phoenix. So Craig is just waiting to untap and hoping to try to contain this board. So there is a, yeah, it looks like there's no other way around it for Raymond. Just gonna go in and attack. Was hoping for no removals to find for Craig. Just looking to block with the Shredder. Oh, just a Phoenix. Alright, Craig is just double checking. And just takes 2 damage. Taking out all 3 creatures attacking. Yep, trades with one of the pranksters. So I think that was a very well thought of a trade there for Craig. I think he was definitely happy with that one. Okay, but there is a Gigantha on the field, so, and I've yet to see a Lightning Axe from Craig's end. He'll probably find it though. Okay, there's a Trespass. I think this could be the kill turn for Craig if he does it right. There he goes for the Frida Faye. Gets a Treasure Cruise. Not a bad card to have. Let's see if we go for the Galvanic Iteration. Yeah, it's 3 mana. It's got 10 cards in the side. Yep, 3 is flashback. I think Raymond is just... Oh, wait, hold up. I think that's wrong. All right. Almost slipped up. Unless he has another land, then he can still go for that play. But he has no land. All right, so he can't go for. Yeah. Might have to change his plans. Oh, I still go for it. Maybe a double cruise. Look for a lightning axe and just turn the tides around. I don't think there's like any way for Raymond to come back in the next turn, because if Craig goes for a double cruise and then looks for a lightning axe, so that's three. That's three phoenixes. That's 9, 10 damage. Shredder is at 5, 7, so it's still 15. He's not dead. So even if he goes all in, he still has a picklock prankster for a blocker. That's a lot of cards. Disgusting. The out for Raymond would have been Gleeful Demolition into Immodane's Recruiter, but unfortunately he has no cards in his hand, so Craig is about to run out of cards in his library, though. And there was no sign of a lightning axe. I think he ran out. I guess he's just gonna play the Picklock Prankster. And he's definitely gonna go in for some damage this time. Yeah. Pretty sure he's gonna hardcast Phoenix next turn. Or maybe the Trespass just to close out the game. This is game 1, by the way, so it's not as one-sided as I thought it would be. Uh, just because Raymond is actually doing a good job with handling his resources. It was just quite unfortunate that he got blown out by the Shredder play where he was able to take out one of his creatures and then got his Shredder up to 5 toughness, so the case wasn't able to kill it. So down to 11, leaving 1, 2, 3 blockers. Which means there's no way that Raymond can break this board unless. Is this another case? Nope. Goes for draw. Oh, and there's the Immodane. Oh. It's not enough damage. Because what's gonna happen next turn is, I mean, he still has to force it, I guess. Like, play the Immodane and then just swing. Just to wither down the creatures. So it's definitely gonna force the block. Double block on the Recruiter, so you can take it out completely. Alright. Passes turn. Goes down to 2, but I think Craig is definitely locked up the first game with a Hall of the Storm Giants. Or he could go with the. Yep, it's gonna attack. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, and that's game. Looks like Craig is gonna take out game number 1. with Izzet Phoenix. He almost slipped up with that last turn where he wanted to go iteration into trespass, but did not have enough mana for that. Sideboard, I think Raymond has a couple of cards that he could use. He's got some Destroy Evil. Damping Spear may help, but I'm not sure if it's really that useful. I mean, we saw Prismari Command in Craig's list. Not to mention Spell Pierce could still be a good card to have in this matchup. Because you want to counter the what do you call this? The Gleeful Demolition, or even the Case. Oh, there's a bunch of spells that Spell Pierce can hit. Oh, but he's taking out the Prismari Command. I would understand because it's definitely a slower card. It's not what you'd wanna see in these types of matchups. So we're definitely gonna see the sweepers instead. Those will take the 3-drop slot for Craig. So the goal for Craig here is to do the same thing, although it should be easier for him because he has sweepers, just to mend off the tokens from enabling the Convoke cards on Raymond's end. Raymond needs to go off really quickly though, so either that or he would go for a plan B, which is like, hold up an Ur-Brask Forge, put it on, like, make it stick on the field for a couple turns. Then maybe Craig would start feeling the pressure. He does have a Brazen Borrower to deal with that. And he's gonna play first. So that turn to Convoke is definitely gonna do wonders for him. So for those who are tuning in, welcome. This is the Pioneer League for Magic the Gathering here in Top Deck Games for 2024 season number 2. This is the quarterfinals between Craig and Raymond using Izzet Phoenix and Boros Convoke. He's got some removal in his hand. Looks like a mulligan again for Raymond. Not feeling comfortable with his starting hands. Right. Looks like there's a Thalia. I think Thalia is a very good sideboard card to definitely play. Right. But Craig's got a bunch of removals. See if he wants to reserve one of them for Thalia next turn. Shock. I forgot the reset button. just passes the turn. Looks like he's threatening a spell pierce. But Thalia is definitely going to be on the board. That's going to be an opt as well in response. Try to look for Z Sweeper. Draws a land. Nice. Next turn, Raymond can definitely go for the Convoke spell. Alright. Land drops and pass. Second, Knights. See if he wants to go for it. Yep, he does. I think he's trying to look for a second Thalia in case Craig answers the first one. Let's see if we can get it. 4, 5, 6. Only a bunch of 1-drops. So now he's definitely going to be forced to kill the Thalia this turn. Lightning Axe should definitely be coming in. Greg is just weighing on whether he wanna kill the Eos instead. But he's definitely using the Lightning Axe this turn. Discarding Shredder? I don't think he wants to throw the Shredder. It's too crucial. This is what makes Phoenix very interesting because when you're playing the deck, there's a lot of decisions to be made and what cards to throw and what to keep. So it's very crucial. Oh, looks like he didn't. I mean, he has a third land, but it's a plains, or rather, it's an island. He wanted that second red source for the sweeper. Doesn't even go for the shredder. Okay, bins the Anger of the Gods, but he gets a third land. Alright, Raymond just chugging some water. Feature is well hydrated because this is gonna be some long, hard thinking for Craig. I think that was a wrong sequence. I would rather see, unless he didn't have. Yeah, I think he wanted to play Shredder right there, but he couldn't find a third land after that draw step. I'm not too sure. I think he had an island. Maybe that should have been the better play. Or maybe he's considering that Raymond would go off with a Gleeful Demolition. Okay, there's the Warden. Okay, Warden is on the stack. Looks like Craig wants to take care of it, I guess. It does have a lightning axe. It resolves, and looks like there is a convoke spell incoming. Another knight errants. 2, 3. He can't get the venerated Loxodon, so almost whiffed there as well. So I think what Craig is trying to do, since uh, he's probably worried. No, I don't think he was worried for the venerated Loxodon. But either way, I think the Aeos, him playing Aeos, uh, means that Craig is trying to get a lot of value for his sweeper in the next turn. Looks like he kept it on top with the Warden effect. Yeah, he really wants to get a lot of value in this sweeper, taking out three, four cards. But he's looking to take out the first Aeos for first and foremost. Yep, there it is. And dumping the Ledger Shredder. I think it's definitely going to play the sweeper next turn. Wants to go off with Cruise first. See what other options he has. I can just play the land. Play Otawara. And the Brotherhood's End. Raymond just checking his messenger and says, "Oh, there goes my creatures." Alright, so Craig, beautifully done, taking out the Aeos and four of his creatures. So that technically negates the tempo effect of Aeos getting two cards, because all four cards from Raymond were taken out very quickly. That is the Iganjo that he borrowed with that awesome signature from Julian Koch. Right, and Eos is staring on the field. What's the play here for Craig? He has a Phoenix in his hand, but he definitely used up his Lightning Axe already. So he might go for a bounce effect. I was gonna pass the turn. Interesting. Oh, end of turn. Looks like he wants to bounce the Eos before this resolves. And get some value for Ledger Shredder. He's probably afraid that tapping out might cost him. Trying to get a connive trigger. Yep, there's the petty theft. Oh, and gets a treasure cruise as well from the top. Not a bad draw. But he has tapped out. He bounced the token. Okay, interesting. So he's just shaving it off from getting multiple creatures on the field. Yes, that's a big boy. Gigantha, my man. Attacking with reinforcement. That's interesting. You gotta just attack with Eos. I don't think there was a wasn't worth letting the reinforcement die there. Alright, goes for Free to Fey. Gets nothing. That's usually one of the bad things that would normally happen. But it does help fuel the treasure cruise right here. Now the torch, though, doesn't have any decent targets. Alright, taps for 2. It's looking to tap out with Treasure Cruise. For 6. Or rather for 2. Okay, starts with a... Gets a land. But I don't think he's... Yeah, he's definitely going to dump the Spell Pierce. With the Connive trigger. The Cruise resolves. This is the second spell. And there is a second spell. There's a third spell that you can find. Like Sleight. Sleight is also good. Brings back the Phoenix. But he's still a little bit behind on the board. Goes for Consider. Looking for a second Phoenix. Dumps the Cruise. Gets a land. Goes into combat. Phoenix goes back. Passes the turn. It's just looking to jump block. Alright. What's it going to be? Inspector. Coming in for Raymond. It does need to remember that the Shredder could go big. If he casts a second spell. He's going to crack the clue to draw. Another Resolute. Alright, it's going to swing. He has Rending Volley. I don't know, Raymond. I don't think that's the... Oh. Yep, you forgot the trigger. That means he's gonna trade if he wants. I think that's the wrong sequence. He should have waited for combat to end. Oh, never mind. Just lets it die. Okay. Looks like Craig is feeling the pressure as well. I guess he's also confident with his current hand right now, being able to deal with the... Yeah, he just wants to rely on Treasure Cruise going off. And I think that's going to be the first spell. Okay, sleight of hand. Grabs the Phoenix. Raymond is definitely ahead though. Alright, 7. And he's gonna go for the Treasure Cruise. Number 2. Let's see if we can find answers. Lightning Axe to deal with the Gigantha, and also dump the Arclight Phoenix from his hand. That was definitely a very good cruise for Craig, and he's looking to stabilize and get back into the game. 1, 2, 3. But he does have a bunch of lands from his hand. He only has 1 torch left. I would have thought Phoenix was already a good deck in Modern. It got power crept, but now it's found its home here in Pioneer. Also used to be a menace in Standard. It's just... Yeah, so the gameplay is pretty clear for Craig. He just doesn't want to commit too much with the Phoenix attacking. As long as there are creatures on the board, he just wants to keep trading the Phoenixes. But now the fact that he attacked 1 means that he's very comfortable with the current board right now. He could definitely just double block the Aeos and then try to kill one of the creatures with Torch. And that is not a good draw step for Raymond. Drawing a land. He even plays it right away. Yeah, it looks like the Hall is going to be online as well, so Craig might be in a prime position to close out game number 2 and advancing into the semifinals. Let's see if Raymond could try to figure that out. Oh, he wants to crack the Sheffet? That could be. Yeah. He's looking at the card. Not sure if he wants to use it. Oh, he is. He is going to crack it. So Craig is definitely going to be forced to use the Torture Tower on one of the creatures. Most likely the Inspector. Yeah, it's not lethal, Doc. Like he could just chop block the Aeos. Because the Hall, I believe, is 7. 7 plus 10. And then it just blocks 1. Yeah, so he just chomp blocks with the Phoenix on the Aeos and then blocks one of the tokens, with the Picklock Prankster. So he'll just have enough, technically enough damage for the backswing on Craig's end with the Hall of Storm Giants, if I'm not mistaken. So Craig is definitely thinking of using the torch right now. Yeah, looks like he's nodding his head. Finally found the line right there. Yep. Starting off with the torch. Taking out the inspector, I believe. So it could definitely block the resolute reinforcement with the Picklock Prankster, and that should seal the deal. Yep, exiling as the torch's effect. Chef at Dunes resolves, and he's gonna go in, but he does not have enough damage for this, so it's definitely just gonna block. Yep, take the knights for 5. He has no cards in hand. Yep, so they both trade. No blockers. That should be lethal if he just plays a land. Wait, what? Does he not see it? It's already lethal, right? Unless I'm not correct with the storm. Kulang ba? It's 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should be lethal. Oh, okay. It's 11. Because he chump blocked the Phoenix, so that's what you meant by say. Yeah, he blocked with the Phoenix, so that would have been lethal. Because he just took the damage from the Eos anyway, so trading off with the creature wasn't really good, so that would have been misplay there for Craig. But he still has the Hall, so he's definitely gonna bring that up. And no more creatures for Mr. Raymond. I think this is it. Yep, just gonna activate it. That should be the end. Yep, and there is the handshake. Looks like the concession has been made. Craig still very strong with that finish. A little bit sloppy on that end with the chump block, but good thing he wasn't punished heavily for that, because Raymond was definitely running out of options at the end. So congratulations once again to Craig. He has both his entries in the semifinals. They are in the separate bracket though, so there is a chance he could take the whole thing by himself. There is a chance that we won't be seeing a grand finals because he has 2 decks registered. But anyways, congratulations to Craig, and I think that is it for the night, if I'm not mistaken. Time check is 9:54 p.m. If you guys are tuning in, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and share. Leave a comment down below, just like Doc Paulo, because he's looking pissed right now with how the game turned out. So, cheers to everyone who are watching. Thank you so much for tuning in, and looks like we'll be seeing you guys in the next stream, I guess. We still got some matches remaining in the next week, or maybe in the weekend. Got I think we have Starry, Paul, as well as Miguel and Eric. Yeah, we're just waiting for those guys to show up for the quarterfinals. Until then, this is TD Bapo. Gonna be signing off for our Pioneer League Season 2 2024. See you in the next one, guys. Peace.